I confronted parents about their kids ruining my CrossFit class and got kicked out of the only gym in town. So I pay $150 a month for this small CrossFit gym that's literally the only one within 20 miles of my house. There's usually 10 to 15 people in each class, and it's been pretty great for the past year. But 3 weeks ago, everything changed. 3 people in our regular class, including our coach Mike, started bringing their kids. We're talking about 5 or 6 kids total, all between ages 5 and 10, just running wild during our workouts. At first, the kids would stay in Mike's office, and you barely knew they were there. But then, they started getting bolder. They'd run around screaming in the shoe area while we're trying to get ready. Their sneakers would be scattered everywhere, so you're literally tripping over tiny Converse while carrying 45-pound plates. During class, they'd climb all over the jumping boxes we need for exercises, blasting their tablets at full volume. When Mike's trying to explain a complex workout, you can barely hear him over some cartoon show. The worst part is, they think it's okay to run through the middle of our workout space. Last Tuesday was the breaking point. We're doing deadlifts with heavy weights, and this kid named Tyler decides to sprint right between me and this guy Jake while we're lifting. Jake had to drop his barbell mid-lift to avoid crushing this kid's head. The bar hit the ground so hard it dented the floor. I looked around and everyone else looked just as frustrated as me, but nobody was saying anything. These parents were just chatting with each other, completely ignoring their kids who were creating safety hazards. So I walked over to Tyler's mom, Sarah, and said, "Hey, could you maybe keep Tyler in the other room? He almost got seriously hurt just now." Sarah looked at me like I'd just insulted her entire family. She goes, "Kids need to move around. This is a family-friendly gym." I told her this was never advertised as family-friendly, and that her kid running through a deadlift zone could literally get someone killed. That's when Mike, our coach, comes over and takes Sarah's side. He says, "We're all about community here. If you don't like kids, maybe you should find another gym." I reminded him that I pay the same $150 a month as everyone else and shouldn't have to dodge children during my workout, but the other parents started ganging up on me, saying I was being unreasonable and that kids should be welcome everywhere. The next class, it got even worse. Tyler's little sister Emma started doing cartwheels right where we do burpees. When I asked her to move, her dad Mark got in my face and said I was being aggressive toward children. That's when I snapped. I told him his kids were turning our workout class into a daycare center and that it wasn't safe or fair to the rest of us who actually came there to exercise. Mike pulled me aside after class and said I was creating a hostile environment. He told me I could either accept that kids were part of the gym now or find somewhere else to work out. I reminded him there is nowhere else within driving distance, but he just shrugged and said that wasn't his problem. 2 days later, I got an email saying my membership was terminated for being disruptive to other members and their families. Now I'm stuck driving 45 minutes each way to the next closest gym, all because I didn't want kids using exercise equipment as playground equipment.